Boo. Hello. It's time for some music. Been a while since I've done this on a stream. And I talked about this last time, but I'll talk about it again. Um I think it was like 3 weeks ago when I last did like a music stream or something. 'Cause I decided I would just stop streaming for a little bit. Just for a little while so I could get new music gear. Like, not music gear, audio gear specifically, not music gear. I didn't get a new grand piano, unfortunately, as much as I wish it were true. But no, I got a not muted or your audio is low. Hello, hello. Can you hear? Where's my stream? Get over here, me. Oh, I can hear me. Where's my stream? What's up, me? Get over here, me. All right. Right. So 3 weeks ago, I got new audio gear. I have a new microphone now. This is the Warm Audio, the WAH 47 Junior, which I'm pretty sure is how the professionals say it. My old microphone, which was like some Samsung model that I got like actually 6 years ago now, because it's like 2026, so 6 years ago about that. I got a long time ago, probably even more than that, probably like 8 years ago actually. Either way, I got that microphone a very long time ago, and I mean, of course, like you heard, it was serviceable, but there were a lot of problems I had with it. Like, first of all, like the pickup pattern. So, if you don't know much about microphones, basically that means that, sorry, microphones like to pick up sound in very specific places, either in front of it, behind it, all around it. Like, there's a whole bunch of ways. And also, I just realized I was on the wrong screen. I should have been on the start streaming, but whatever. Usually microphones like have a bias and where they like to pick up sound, and sometimes it's in front, sometimes it's behind, to the sides, sometimes both, blah blah blah. There's a whole bunch of science to it. Anyway, the microphone that I had previously had a hypercardioid pattern, and that word may or may not mean absolutely nothing to you, but basically that means that it was extremely strict as to where the microphone needs to be placed in order to get a good sound, which I didn't like. I have everything up to max and can barely hear ya. I feel like I'm pretty loud enough. Look at me there. You can you can see my OBS here, and I have levels. Wow, I'm in the green and sometimes in the yellow, and maybe even in the red. Darn it, I didn't get that loud. Oh well. I have you on 5.1 surround sound, bro. Why? I think maybe your sound levels are wrong, because mine are perfectly okay. I don't even have my mixer anymore to... Okay, it's part of my new audio gear I got. I got a different audio interface, so I don't even have like the... Well, I do, but I used to have a knob that I would just turn up that was just gain. It could become really, really, really loud. But I don't have it anymore. I just have a normal level, which is... Same problem here. Why am I so quiet? I heard you on my own computer and I sounded a-okay. Where is my own live stream? A-okay. Hello! On my own computer and I sounded that's me. Okay. Why am I so quiet for you guys? I'm hearing myself on my own computer just fine. I'm hearing my own microphone. I'm hearing what's it called? YouTube. I don't understand why I'm so quiet. Or maybe am I just speaking too quietly? You guys want me to be a bit louder? Give me a second. Is my microphone just lying to me? Oh my gosh. Turn up. Now I'm a bit louder. There you go. You like how loud I am now? I turned myself up by 3 whole decibels, which is a lot of bells. I cannot get my TV and sound system to go any louder. Why? Why am I so darn quiet? I don't understand. I feel like I'm quite loud enough. Oh my goodness. It's terrible. I don't have any noise suppression enabled. What else? Blah, blah, blah. I guess I can turn up this. I'm hesitant to do this though, but there you go. I could switch over to a movie player right now and get a sound complaint. Wow. Am I really just that quiet? Is it because I'm speaking quietly? I don't think so. I sound fine to me. Is it peace? Is peace interfering with my audio? Better not be. I don't think it would be though. That doesn't make any sense. You guys want to hear my, or not hear, you guys want to see my EQ settings? Wow, awesome. I don't think it would have anything to do with what I have here. Yeah, sure, have my stuff. It's not affecting anything else except my output. So I think we're fine there. Oh my gosh. How is it that I'm so quiet? Here, what if I play some music? Is it just like the entire stream that's quiet, or is it like just my microphone? Where's some music that I can add to my computer? Throw you on there. Do I even have, where's my music on my computer? What is this? What? Okay. Probably don't want that. Man, I thought I had like classical music on my computer, but it's okay. Hello. I like your new VTuber profile. Thanks. I thought the old one was getting kind of lame, so I have a new one now. We rigged it from the start. Someone asked me last time how much it costs to get my whole streaming thing all set up. The art I got for free because I did it. The live 2D rigging I got for free because I did it. The piece of software I'm using to stream right now I got for free because it's OBS. My microphone and my audio interface and the headphones I'm using, which you can't see, they're magical VTuber headphones. That was probably like $600. Whoopsies. So that's where all the budget went. Breathe for free because she did it. Breathing is free. It's like the Burroughs twins always said. Smoking and vaping is cringe and stupid. Just breathe air. Air is free. You don't need to vape. Vaping is too expensive. And it's bad for you. Just breathe air. It's free. No. Are you an idiot? Got it pretty cheap then. Yeah. It was pretty cheap to get my new stuff. I was considering getting a fancy ribbon microphone for like my, my home recordings, my home demos, because I do a lot of singer-songwriter things in my spare time. But because I knew I'm going to be using this microphone basically all the time to do my streaming, and also I have a habit of accidentally knocking it, I thought it might just be best for me to get a nice little condenser that'll last forever. So what about carbon tax? You pay for the carbon you release into the atmosphere. Am I getting taxed for how much carbon I'm breathing out into the atmosphere? That would be crazy. It's like George Harrison's tax man. If you walk the street, I'll tax your feet, or whatever he said. All right, I was talking about why I was gone for a while. Right. New audio gear. I got it. It got the shipping to me got super delayed because I don't know if you remember that there was like this. There was a lot of snow that happened somewhere in the middle there, so the delivery didn't get to me in time. And then when it got to me, I got sick. So I was sick for a few days, and now I'm finally here. Oh, and I also was busy with stuff. But it's fun because I'm back now. A lot of projects I started, not really music related, just like other projects I got started somewhere in the meantime there. And we're going to be working on this one. You're never going to believe what it is. You've never heard it before. So I wrote some notes for myself. Not like music notes, but like, you know, like a teacher going in and correcting the students' work. I wrote some notes for myself on what I want to edit. It's basically going to be like my to-do list for the stream. Getting into my own games myself, like Battle Cats. You play Noida, right? I do play Noida. It's probably my, I don't know about my favorite game, but it's like it's my favorite game right now. It's the one I picture myself playing when I'm out and about. It's like, I want to, you know, I could be playing this right now. I don't really play a whole lot of games. Oh, right. No, I did get into it. With my friend Michael, I've been playing lots of Power Wash Simulator. I've been playing so much of that. I've been considering doing, you know, just straight recordings or live streams of Power Wash Simulator. Because it's a game, I don't even know if I can call it a game, but it's a game where you spray water on stuff and you clean it, and that's the entire game. And I spent so long playing that. So maybe I'll do that later. Oh yeah, I was talking about microphone pickup patterns. The microphone that I had before, it was hypercardioid, so it was very particular, very picky about where its placements. And this new one has a little selector thingy, like you can select your pickup pattern. So right now I have it set to, what's it called? Bipedal? That's wrong. Bicycle? No, the figure eight pattern. I think it's like, whatever. The front and back pattern, so you can hear both my voice, front and back. Just move, I guess you couldn't really tell the difference there. I'd move my hand back and forth on the microphone. You can also hear my wonderful keyboard. It's so loud, isn't it? I'm R live. That's so awesome. I can't believe you're R live. Oh, I also have a brilliance, and I do mean brilliant, idea for a classical music video, but it involves non-classical music listeners. Like it hinges on the idea that the contestants in it don't like really know a whole lot about the orchestra. So it's kind of like a, you know, get your feet wet into classical music kind of. I've been thinking of getting some friends to do it, but a lot of my friends they're too afraid to look stupid on a recording, you know? Like they're okay with kind of going live, but they're not really the kind to make a fool of themselves for a joke, you know? Whereas I'm definitely like that, right? I'll do a lot of things for a laugh, but they're a bit too embarrassed to like make weird noises with their mouth or tell a dirty joke. I'm not afraid to do any of that. But this is like, it requires people that are okay with that, or okay with being goofy. It's that the idea is that I would compile like different solos of instruments. So I'd have like a violin solo, or like a flute solo, or a bassoon solo, or a horn solo. Not solo as in like, you know, instruments and then background like a concerto. But I mean literally solo, like it's the only thing playing. I would get those people that don't know the orchestra very well, and it's not like I pick like niche instruments. They're going to be pretty like, you know, if you're a classical music listener, you will know these instruments. It's that I will present these solos to them, and there will be multiple contestants, and there are 2 points per round. One where they have to guess what the instrument is, and then the second points, which is the most important points, is whoever can mimic that instrument the best. And then, because obviously I already know what all the instruments sound like, but then I would also do an impression of the instruments. I just want to hear a bunch of people do their best to imitate instruments. I feel like it would have to be like wind instruments, though. I feel like you can't really imitate a piano convincingly. But like wind instruments, like I want to hear people do an oboe, a trumpet. I just want to hear them make funny sounds with their mouth. So that's my idea. But like, of course, it requires, because like, and the second part, of course, doesn't really require knowledge of the orchestra, but the first one kind of does. So it's better. I'm not going to pull out any strange instruments like a tam tam. I don't think a non-classical music listener would know what a tam tam is, or something like that. I don't even think the average class, or like the average non-classical music listener, could even name the oboe, even though the oboe is like a staple in the orchestra. I'm not sure if they could, like they would probably recognize the instrument, but I don't think they would know that it's named the oboe. Like they could probably get flutes and like a trumpet and a trombone and a tuba, but they probably couldn't get oboe. I think a small handful of them might be able to get clarinet, and I think even less of them would be able to get bassoon. So, oh, and violin, of course. Like they could get a violin. I don't think they would really know unless like maybe like a family member plays, but of course, like I don't think they would know a viola or a cello or a bass or anything like that. They'd know piano probably, and maybe a tambourine or a triangle, snare drum, xylophone. I feel like you'd be hard pressed to find a non-classical musical listener that could name the timpani, you know? What are you recomposing today? Oh, it's my own music. I listened back to Pretty Soldier a while ago, and I decided that I hate the order of it and I don't like any of it, and I'm going to redo it. So I'm swapping the order. The end is now at the beginning, and the beginning is now the end. And we'll see what happens. So that's what we're doing today. But before we start, I'm just going to talk to you for a while because it's my stream and I do whatever I want. So you guys like how sensitive my new microphone is now? I can finally talk a bit quieter. I can pick up my voice from so far away. It's also much better at picking up instruments. I don't have my harmonicas next to me. I have 6 of them now. I want to get even more. I'm missing the key of E. I would also like a B flat one. But I hear all the mouth sounds and I am uncomfortable. What, you mean me talking? Is my microphone too close for you? I can move it a bit further away. You hear little squeaks. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Ow! I tightened the joints too much and I just tried to move it. I just hurt my hand. Okay, I'm fine. I don't think that changed anything because, like I said, this microphone's a bit too good. It doesn't matter. It only really changes that much if I move it like 6 inches away from my face, but that's about all. Okay. Without further ado. Alright, here it is. So, this is the score that I was working on, and it's not done because, like I said, I'm just redoing the ordering of my stuff. And I wrote some notes here in toothpaste blue so that, like, I see them and I can, like, go here and change whatever I wrote here. Like, you can see here I wrote some notes to write a more interesting piano part. I gotta do that and write my other notes, or write this entire part to be less terrible. try these chords on clarinets or something. I have very good notes. So I'll play this beginning section for you first. We're gonna try out our revisions and we'll talk about it. Okay. I hope you can hear that okay. It's not too quiet. Okay, and that's all. 57 measures, not even, it's like 56 measures. 2 hours and 41, or not 2 hours, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. So it was a bit long, but that's what I have. And right now I'm just gonna focus on making the orchestration a bit different. 'Cause it's not exactly what I like. Here's the thing, like when it comes to my reorchestrations, which I do a bajillion times, it's not necessarily because I think the orchestration is bad. It's mostly because it doesn't like fit the vision that I have for the music, so that's why I'm gonna change it. Hello Brass actually has a solo. Oh no, right. I think the bass trombone as a soloist is very cool. I haven't really found many cases in my own writing where I would need a tuba solo, but I think the bass trombone was perfect there. You like jazz? Not enough, I don't. I don't listen to enough of it, even though I should. Any other comments? Oh yeah, my piano writing is makes a lot of sense. This is probably the most creative thing I've ever done for a piano. I also like, do you guys know what colpugno is? Colpugno. I discovered this term recently while just randomly browsing a Wikipedia article on music stuff. This term colpugno, it means to slam with your fists. So I want you here to slam the piano with your fists. I thought that'd be very fun. So I have some marcato here. Just slam that Steinway. I don't care if it costs $1 million, just slam that thing. It's beautiful. And I'm able to get away with that because that's the exact sound that I needed for this part here, which is just incredible. Sounds like Bartok. So, so let's start here. I sit here to try pizzicato emphasis to make it feel less heavy. I feel like this beginning part, or yeah, I think this part here just feels a bit too, it feels a bit too grand. It feels a bit too, it just, I don't know, it just feels too heavy. I guess that's what I said. I need it to be a bit more, a bit less pudgy. So I think maybe either raising these or something like that, like maybe raising these guys an octave might help. But I do want to try the pizzicato that I suggested to myself. So let me make it so that I don't get rid of the text. There we go. So I'm going to get rid of these notes here. Maybe, we'll see. I'm gonna unstaccato these. I'm going to write pizzicato here. And just shorten you to piz. There you go. Hit the piz. And then of course, you guys gotta be forte. Or maybe fortissimo since you're playing pizzicato now. And you can't even hear it. Because of all the other stuff that's happening. There's tom-toms. There's also a snare drum. There's so much stuff happening. I think maybe less tom-tom might make it easier to hear. Let's reduce our tom-tom usage. And I hate to do this, but I'm gonna get rid of that snare hit too, just to see. That's a bit better, I think, than what we had before. Okay, as opposed to this. With the snare hitting that note there. Let me hear that isolated again. Yeah, I think I prefer it without that other snare hit there. Try the higher tom here. It might be a bit... The higher tom is a bit sharper of a sound, I think. Like the higher tom-tom. The lower tom-tom. I feel like the higher toms just have a better attack. Since that's the case, I'm actually going to move you up a little more. I think that's good. Brass or woodwind more? Oh, woodwinds. I mean, I like both of them very much, but like, when it comes to writing melodies, my mind immediately trails to woodwinds. Not percussion, not strings, not brass. My mind usually immediately trails to woodwinds. They're like the first thing that I think of when I think of who should get this melody. I think my first thought is usually oboe. Like, would oboe sound good on this? And if not, then maybe clarinet or flutes. I always try to give the bassoon a solo when I can, because I like the bassoon very much. The oboe is more versatile in terms of like conventional melodies, I say, quote unquote, by which I mean, you know, more fluid and in the treble range, which the bassoon can hit if it tries, but it's not really built for that. And so, yawn, bye-bye. That was very nice of you. Bye. And I think here, these notes being that low is not good. I think the brass notes are fine. Wait, where's the brush here? Let me hear you without the low brass or the heavy brass for a sec. Oh, that's a bit boring. That makes a bit more sense to me. And we have the horns. I think that's fine. I'll make you guys accented. That's good. Again, trying to get rid of the heaviness. I think maybe editing this timpani part might make it feel less heavy. I'm not quite sure what I would do though. I could have it play high G instead. That just feels wrong though. I don't really like that. And maybe having so many instruments here is also making it feel too heavy. So let's just have piccolo and flutes and one oboe. Try this. It's lost a bit of body there though. Maybe keep the oboes. Here, how about 2 oboes? Try clarinets instead of oboe. Okay, now it's lost a bit of brightness. So let's just, okay, I like this. This is fine. That's another kind of complaint that I've had, well, to myself about this arrangement, that it was way too loud in the beginning. So loud that like this part here, which is supposed to be loud, like is way overshadowed by this part, which was just super loud because I had literally everyone playing it. And it was like, you know, it's the beginning intro. I think I'm allowed to start off with a big, huge crash, but like it was too much. So trying to ease it up a little bit here. I've seen too many parts do that. Well, that's fair. I just didn't like how it sounded. How about one or yeah, just unison for the vibraphone instead of octaves. Instead of this. What does that sound like? No, it's gotta have that octave. That vibraphone is very important. Okay. And I guess I'll do a copycat thing for here. Unless I want the second part to be louder than the first. Which I guess isn't a terrible idea. I think this hit there is okay. Oh yeah, and also, I think I want... I think I want these notes to be arco and then return back to pizzicato here. Let me just hear what you sound like with the pizzicato. Can you do instead, my friends, or you D? Can you play A for me? Or maybe G? Yeah, G is better. No, go back to A actually, I changed my mind. Okay. I still feel like it's a bit too heavy. Is it the cymbals? Maybe I should get rid of the cymbal part. That cymbal really goes out a lot, but I'm thinking of replacing it with tambourine instead. I feel like cymbal again might be a bit too heavy. Let's try tambourine. Actually, copy pasting percussion isn't really a good idea. Let me just write it manually. Difficult. There you go. Shut up, cymbals. I have a new best friend. And since you're tambourine, I'll actually make you louder. There you go. No, it doesn't really have that bite. I mean, it's loud, but it's not exactly what I want. What if I add a triangle? A triangle always saves the day. Let's make it like this though. Oh wait, yeah, fortissimo, there you go. Nope, never mind. That triangle sounds like it's assaulting my ears. Let's go. Maybe tam tam or sus symbol. Yeah, I was gonna try the tam tam next. Let's try that. I think the tambourine's okay for having both tam instruments. So tam tam and tam tambourine. But yeah, I do like strings. I don't give the strings enough. Period. I just don't give them enough stuff. I notice that as I write music, I tend to leave the strings out and they just kind of play chords and stuff, and I kind of give attention to the wind instruments. Not even because I come from like a concert band background, because I don't. I just tend to gravitate towards these guys. Not that I could get rid of the strings, so the strings are indispensable to me. I just don't give them enough, and I have to actively tell myself, like, you need to give something to the strings so that it has that nice orchestral sound. Otherwise, it just sounds like the strings make everything kind of come together. They kind of tie everything together, in my opinion. Not that a concert band isn't tied together, you know, but in my mind, when I'm writing my music, it requires strings. It's just that I don't give them enough. Anyway, go. That's very it. A tam tam doesn't have like a big enough crash, I think. I think suspended cymbal, or just the normal, you know, piette cymbal might be the way to go. But I want you to be like that. Also fortissimo. Actually, forte might yours is simpler. Oh yeah. And the suspicious symbol. Against the symbol. I guess they're not really that different. Let me just get rid of that tambourine since it's not going to be heard. Okay, I'll just keep it this way, the way it was. That part feels kind of awkward without the arco. So, get back to arcoing. Arco. There you go. And all y'all hit the piz. Tam tam and sus cymbal are played differently in orchestra. Are they played differently in a not orchestra? I mean, I guess I don't really know how else they're played. Favorite individual woodwind instrument from each of the 4 families? Okay, my favorite flute is the alto flute, because it has a very sexy sound. My favorite oboe from the oboe group is the oboe. My favorite clarinet from the clarinet group is the clarinet. Probably the bass one. And my favorite bassoon from the bassoon family is the bassoon. Really should sleep. Good night. I'll see you later then. But yeah, how are they played differently? Like, in my mind, they're played the same. Tam tam. Oh, that's not the tam tam I was thinking of. It's very interesting. But this is not the tam tam I was thinking of. That's definitely not the tam tam I was thinking of. Tam tam gong. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, you like hit it with a mallet, right? Like I'm not a percussionist, and I've never been a percussionist. But I'm pretty sure you just like hit it with a mallet, right? And you can use your hands to mute it or change the sound or something. Not playing wise, I mean writing wise. Oh. Yeah, wait, are they written differently in the orchestra? Like, what's the... Do you not write them with the notes? Staccato? With accents? I don't know. I mean, this is the only way I really know. This is the way I've seen it in scores when I look them up and also in MuseScore, so I don't really know any differently. Then again, I haven't looked at a lot of band scoring, if it's different in band scoring. I don't know, do they use the tam tam in, like, well, in a concert band, yeah, but like in a marching band, probably not. Oh, there's a swell and cymbal and tam tam is not a thing for marching band. I mean, that makes sense, I guess. The marching tam tam. That'd be pretty cool, though. I gotta admit. Okay, right. Notes. And I want all of y'all to be Arco. And you're also nice kind of pentatonic-ish scale going on there. Marching timpanis did exist. Do they use the timpani in marching band? I actually can't remember. I feel like they would. It would be like, maybe not necessarily marching, but they would be playing, right? Google it. Oh, you want me to look up marching timpani? Sure. What do they look like? Marching percussion. I mean, they're on wheels. Oh, they're... It was kind of an old looking photo, but I see now. Why are they dressed up like the Fantastic Four? No, they don't. Oh, I see. Oh, they even have the legs. Why do they still have the legs? That's not a timpani. Get out of here. Marching timpani! Wow, how could this... That's not even possible. Okay. On those wheels you see now? I see. Timpani are really cool. Probably one of the coolest percussion instruments. I don't know about the coolest, though. It is very cool. But I am very fond of the triangle. And also the xylophone. I like the xylophone very much. Anyway, yeah, sounds. Can I make you guys less loud? I think the horns are a bit too loud here. Given that I did have them, all four of them playing fortissimo, that's probably bound to be quite loud. I also understand that there are a lot of ledger lines here, but I am writing this in concert pitch, so without it, it's a bit higher, a fifth higher even, because of how music works. But right now they're quite low. Okay. That's a bit better, I think. Or maybe... I want you guys to be a bit higher. Can you guys play A? So, yeah, like this. So. Or maybe play G. I like that less. Play D, but like high. I like that less. try the same thing that we did with the vibraphone, get rid of the low notes, see what that does. No, it's definitely gotta have that octave. Get back to octaves. Bring. It was one of my favorite glockenspiel things. I use this so much. It's just so fun. Okay. I think we established it to be less heavy compared to what it was before. Okay, have, again, less players play this, so go away. Okay, and here's the other thing that I didn't like, is this. Bum 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 bum. It's just, it's so pudgy. It's too heavy. I mean, I think I want it for like this part specifically with the trumpets. But like, I think the entire time it's a little bit too pudgy. And concert bands usually double elbow something, usually clarinet. No, I understand that. I remember reading in Korsakov's book of orchestration, he said that the oboe plus clarinet, like in combination, has a like a very, very kind of sweet sound, almost sickeningly sweet even. So it's like a very special kind of sound. You gotta save that. I'm not really sure if I agree with Mr. Korsakov there. That's just where I first encountered that combination. In my mind, it's like a good way to boost the sound of the oboe, because the oboe is not super duper loud. So this melody is nice. The strings could do some tremolo stuff like in Mahler 3. I was thinking, I wrote here try pizzicato eighth notes. I'll try that too maybe if I don't end up liking this, but this is my suggestion to myself, so I want like some rapid fire pits. Instead of bum 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 bum. That's so lame. So let's try here. I don't want to get rid of the dynamics, so let me unselect those for a sec. So now we have the violins and violas, violin twos available. You know, sometimes I wish I had 3 violin sections and not 2, but that might be a bit greedy of me. I guess I could do that because I am the composer and I can do whatever I want. But anyway, what chords are right here? Technically this is in G major. I didn't write a key signature, almost a time signature. Even though like I don't get the mess up in my head when I say the word out loud, I always say the wrong one. I have to catch myself. I actually almost said time signature there, but it is key signature. They're very different. Oboes are usually less on people than clarinets, so might not come across as clearly. I see. I mean, I don't know very much about concert band, but I feel like the oboe is a very just kind of orchestral sounding instrument in general. When I think of concert band sounds, I don't think of oboes. I think of the sound of saxophone solos, trumpet solos, lots and lots of marimba. So much marimba, just an infinite amount of marimba. I hear so much marimba. And vibraphone, if that's what they use. They might use something similar sounding. Right, so I said it's in G major. I didn't include the F sharp though because I use this F natural quite a lot, and also here in this beginning. It kind of hinges on that F natural, so it's the F natural. Where the heck is my... There it is. Beautiful. My flat, that's the wrong chart. There it is, Dorian. No, not Dorian. Which is the one I'm looking for? It has, a lot of these have the flattened 7th. All the ones that have the flattened 7th also have the flattened 3. It doesn't, it's not Dorian. It can't be Dorian. Mixolydian, that's the one I'm thinking of. It's technically Mixolydian. Actually, I write in Mixolydian. But yeah. Hi, iguanas. Okay, thanks, iguanas. I don't know, I pulled up this chart like it was the correct chart. I looked at it for a second, I'm like, that's not how modes work. Mixolydian sounds like that one Superman villain. Oh man, I am so bad at comic lore, I can't even think of who you're referring to, but you're so right. Anyway, right, pizzicato. So, all that to say that I want pizzicato here. That's not pizzicato. I copy pasted the entirely wrong thing. I want this one that says piz. Piz. And then this should be, what, F minor? Is that what I wrote here? I guess it is F minor. These are going to be parallel fifths because I don't care. At least not right now. I care in other cases, but not here. This is what, did I write E flat major here? There you go, you're getting E flat major. I guess I could make it parallel fourths, which actually might be better because I think parallel fourths sound better than parallel fifths. And, you know, so does the textbook. Okay. Okay, well, I wish I could hear what I'm writing. I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty cool, man. That's better. Can you do, again, try fourths instead of fifths? I think that's a bit better. But let me just write it like this first. And we're looking for crescendo here, cresque. That's what I want. Try. And then you two also pizzicato. Okay, I know it's pizzicato staccato, which is wrong, but whatever. Less bass. Move the cellos up. And again, arco. No, put the pits back. I think it can become arco over here though. I think I would actually prefer if it was in this second part here. Okay, try this. Again, I would like this to be, maybe just move both of you an octave up. I'm gonna try this even. No. Put it back. Maybe let's try thirds instead. You have to be A flat, I think. Try thirds. That's correct. It's part of a minor chord. There's A flat and there's also A natural here because I'm a good composer. Considering I have 290 YouTube notifications when I probably only have like 20. How many subscriptions do you have? Okay, try again. Try these thirds again, but an octave down. Also, are these even thirds? Am I lying? No, those are thirds. No, I like them higher. Try again. Let me hear that one more time. I think it needs to start quieter. I know I said that it needs to start not like that, but something here is like being too loud. The horns! Shut up. Try again from back here. And then also bring back the pizzicato here. You guys both pizzicato here. Moving up to glorious fortissimo. Okay, try this. You guys have definitely got to be arco because of that's just how orchestra works. You just have to be. I can't have it any other way. So you guys are all pitsies. Maybe I should also bring back the pits from here. I thought I could maybe have a combination good thing going on, but I think having pits is what we want. I also forgot to add the pits. Here are our strings. Yes, I like that pizzicato a lot more. Oh, yeah, I also forgot to add fortissimo here, like a scrub. Add fortissimo, there you go. And then all of you guys also Arco Barco. I want you both to be glissando. Pretty please. Please do a glissando. What does this even sound like on Muse Sounds? I think glissando is exactly the right thing I want. I think more accurately a tuple would be better. Please, please do this. It'd be so much better. Perfect. That doesn't, I mean, it's MIDI playback, so that's the best you're gonna get, but... Perfect. Beautiful. Try again here. I feel like something's a bit off about that, but anyway, that's done. Try again from here at the beginning. Can we... Here, shut up, Timpani, for a sec. Get rid of this D for a sec. Get rid of the bass trombone. Bring back the D. Get rid of the bass trombone. And actually also get rid of the tuba. That's what I want. Okay. Sorry, tuba fans. But not exactly what I want right now. Let's put you on forte because you're missing a forte. I need to be able to hear this pizzicato, so. Okay. Boom. Something feels like it changed here. Oh right, it's pizzicato now, I forgot. What if I had just contrabass play arco? Or contrabass and cello. You guys are both arco boys. Just curious what that would sound like. Sounding like a combination thing going on here. Okay, I'm a fan of that. So you guys are the... I guess you can be a little quieter too since you're not playing pits. There you go. Better. Wait. I forgot to change the toms. Ah, I knew something was off. Right, I remember I changed the toms to be a little less heavy. Good. Good. Maybe they can be heavier in the second part. We'll have 2 tom-toms playing, but that's still higher than it was before. There you go. Better. Higher, even higher. Good. It feels different the second go around. Maybe include this. Here. Last time I had this accent is like I do here, but maybe without the accent is what we want. That's not what I want. Weirdly, I want it for the first time, or for the second time, but not the first time. So whatever. I'll follow my instincts. Can you go on tuba instead of pizzicato? There you go. Weirdly, that's what I want. Maybe not that low or that loud, but let's have some bass though, but not, well, forte, but going up to forte. Tuba's already loud enough, way louder than pizzicato. Needs a friend though, so let's give it a bass trombone friend. Try again. It's really missing something without the cellos. Here, can you just, because I'm so smart and very good at writing music, I'm just gonna move you down an octave and see what that sounds like. Go. Oh wait, forgot pits. No, sorry tuba fans. Once again, that's not exactly what I want. Get back there and go away bass trombone. I'm busy. Okay. As a tuba, I am very disappointed. Sorry, tuba. Didn't mean to disappoint the tuba. Okay, am I satisfied with that? It's better. Something about this string part feels off. I'm trying to imagine it in my mind before I get to rewriting it. Or maybe it's back here. Yes, okay, I have a... Something has to happen here, and I feel like it's gotta be like contrary motion or something. And then I want like some kind of arco movement going up to here. I don't know what that's gonna look like. Let's find out together. This is a very poor idea, but let's try it. What if I had like, maybe not that much. Maybe not that little. I want lots and lots of notes moving up here to the here, and I want them to like kind of split apart, if you know what I'm saying. So I think that requires the use of U, but you'd have to be archo. And you're not necessarily meant to be musical. Oh, that's too low. You stupid instrument. I can't believe you can't play this note. Everyone just move up one so I can have an F sharp, I guess. Or not F sharp, C sharp. Can you please do this? Perfect. I also don't like that. Oh, there's a difference between mark tree and wind chimes. Isn't the wind chimes like the one that goes like bang bong like a school bell? And I think the mark tree is, it's Mark's tree. He made the tree, and it's just a bunch of, it's like a bunch of small pipes, and you hit them and they go whir, 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 whir. That's my wind chime impression. It's very impressive, I know. Both have the same sound, that's why I'm asking. Oh, the wind chime. I saw the word chimes and I immediately thought the one you play with the hammer. But I guess wind chimes are the one you put on your door in your backyard. And Mark tree is the one that it's Mark's tree, I don't know. No, no, no. Isn't this... That's G. Can you please do a... You also Arco here. And I also want you... Man, I'm getting dizzy right now. Whoopsies. You are what? G, D. You also be D here. Like that. Someone I want, maybe. Introduce the contrabass as well. Oh wait, also Arco. That's closer to what I want. What's this? A augmented or an augmento chord, which means that it does not have a B flat in it. It does have a C sharp in it. Wait a second. Is this even a... Yeah, C sharp, that's correct. I want something a bit more like that. And I want that to be here, second violins. You also help out the violas, because Lord knows the violas are too quiet for this. First violins, they get all the fun. They get whatever that is. And I kind of want the other instruments to reflect that. The horns can stay doing the horn things because they're so horny, and I think instead the very cool trombones, I should take that instead. Trombones are just, they're just cooler. I don't know, I just like trombones more than horns generally. They're like a nice middle ground between horns and trumpets, which is why I like the trombone so much. At least in this upper range. In the lower range, horns and trombones they're not like super similar, but they're kind of similar, especially at louder volumes. But in the upper range, I think the trombone is a cooler sound. Boom. Here, because I'm a good composer, you guys are getting the same things, so bang, take that. Can it be an F sharp maybe? That sounds a bit too goofy, I think. And you lower brassies. You guys get the lower brassy notes. Hold on, I'm having a thought. That's not F. This is not bass clef. It's alto clef. Very different. Try this. Yes, I would like something like that instead, please. And then for you, something similar. Just trying it out here. Get rid of this guy. Hold on. Staccato. Staccato. Staccato! Thank you. Try this instead, my friend. Or I want it to be a bit more extreme. Like that. I want a bigger movement. So you're A, yeah, you're A augmented, so F, well, E sharp really, but F. C sharp. What are you? G or something, I think. Something like this. This feels a bit too disjointed. Like, it needs to be a bit more fluid. If I just make you play a scale instead, maybe that'd be interesting. Okay. And something similar for you here. And since I'm so creative, I'm gonna have you play like this. That's the wrong note. That sounds so stupid. Post it. I wish I could hear it though. That would be pretty cool. That doesn't sound any different. Why are you like this music score? Oh, you're already playing fortissimo, aren't you? That sounds so stupid. Bring back the staccato. Perfect. I'm not even gonna question it. Okay, I accidentally broke apart the viola and cello staccato, not staccato, bar lines. And also, this is kind of correct, incorrect, but I'm gonna add, not that, slurs. It's not really incorrect, but just looks kind of odd, but I think it makes more sense this way. And I also want something, again, more fluid sounding over here. There you go. That makes more sense to me. And I want the, what are you called? Bass strings to be a bit more strange. There you go, like that. And maybe even higher? I don't know. Try it. I like that more. I guess you'd have to be this maybe. I don't really like how far apart they are. I'd like them to be closer. I would also like to point out my very creative use of the woodwinds here. Awesome. Staccato slurs is not a Paganini technique. You're asking the wrong composer. I don't know. I don't know if it is. It probably is. That sounds like something Paganini would do. Okay, wait, hold on. Any other notes that I wrote for myself here? Oh yeah, write a more interesting piano part. I'm really good at this. I'm listening for the piano very actively here, even though it's a little buried. All of you here, eighth notes, including you. I would like you to just play a bunch of parallel sixths for my enjoyment, really. Amazing. And also, I guess you would be octaves. Unfortunately, you can't hit this low G because it doesn't exist, so you're just gonna have to do this. I guess the notes are overlapping here. Can you play double notes instead like everyone else? This is probably not good for your hands, but whatever. Also, I probably should really change the clef here. Where's my treble clef? Yoink. Or you should be bass clef. You're fine. And maybe you should be bass clef. Just the thoughts. You play that technique, or is that a mistake? I mean, I'm pretty sure I wrote it the way that I want it to be written. Unless that means something that I think it doesn't, or I don't know that it does. Okay, obviously I want you to be played with a little bit of legato. There you go, have a little like that. Don't pedal the entire time. Better. And you, and there you go. Okay, try those. Also, I just realized I put a pedal marking on the treble staff. I'm so good at this. Can you be both of you an octave higher? I prefer that sound better. Epic. It's mostly this that I think is not the cool part. This Mario Kart sounding part for the piano here. Not that I think it's particularly bad, I just want it to be more interesting. I kind of like the really quick arpeggio sounds. I just think the notes have to change somewhere. Not necessarily to fit the chord, just to be more interesting, as I wrote here. I can imagine how it would be played on a piano. Not that I would know much about that, but because I imagine this isn't too difficult to play. At least I hope it's not. I raise it an octave up. Octave down. You know what? I can't really think of anything better, so I'll just get rid of that for now. You know, piano, I think you're too loud. You can go up to fortissimo, but don't start fortissimo at the beginning. Actually, you can use the hairpin. That's better. And you know what? Triple forte here. You earned it. I want this Kolpung note to really stand out. And you better hit these notes with your fists. You better hit F1, G1, A1, and B1. Precisely! 'Cause I wrote it! And I'm the composer, you must play with your fists very, very precisely. Or else you're playing it wrong and you're a terrible soloist. Also start from mezzo forte. Big dynamic change. Beautiful. I think this part's okay. Although maybe writing it for oboe or something might be interesting. I do like the low flute. I think oboe might be more fitting. Let me hear that one more time. Oh. Let's at least try the oboe. Let's move you here. And you move to oboe. Why did my pesante not move with it? I think it's because I removed other text. My peasant. I think I prefer the oboe. Yeah, I like the oboe. And then instead of bass flute, maybe bassoon. I think that might be better. Or maybe bass clarinet. Maybe instead of alto flutes. Nah, I like the 2 flutes and an oboe. And then I can't hear you. Aye, aye, Captain. And I guess you too. Okay. Good. It feels like something is missing. There's too much high end, too much low end, and not enough stuff happening in the middle. Obviously, because just look at the separateness of these guys. I mean, I think that's fine, but like it's missing something in the middle, which I think would usually be filled in with the trombone. But it's just more interesting down low here, isn't it? Long C, no time. You're right, I haven't long C'd in a no time. Maybe the tuba can go up an octave. And maybe so can the bassoons. Or whoopsies, hold on. I know this is like the bassoon's lower notes, but... that's better, I think. This whole part here is messy. I think I'll dedicate myself to that a bit later. I want to kind of focus on this part next. Awesome chord. By piano or cello accompaniment, I'm pretty sure, actually I know because I wrote it, that I meant like accompaniment as in the chords. So let me make these chords here. We're in the key of E major. At least I think it's major. It's probably major. Or maybe it's, was it C sharp minor, I want to say? I'm definitely wrong. No, I'm correct. Okay. Where is the cello? There it is. You shush for a second. Oh, Shinx Ascending sounded so nice. Thank you. I was very proud of myself for writing that. So let's... I think the wind accompaniment here just sounds a little silly. I couldn't really think of anything again. Like I said earlier, when I think of just writing for orchestra in general, my mind immediately trails to wind instruments and not the, you know, strings or percussions or anything like that. It always goes to the winds. Okay, all of you guys shut up. Hold on. There's a niente option. All you guys play niente, which means don't play at all. I think it'd be a fascinating, like, publishment. 4 minutes and 33 seconds inspired piece where there is music. It's all written out. It's an entire darn concerto with 5,000 movements and very virtuosic passages, but it's all played niente, and your musicians just have to, they have to, they have to, you know, play the music, but they just have to not play it. They have to just do all the acting. But the music is difficult. But if you could hear it, it'd be great. But you can't. So it's just like a choreography, really. That would be very wacky. Anyway, yeah, what's the chords? What, this is C sharp or E? Man, I really should have noted that down, shouldn't I? There's a 1 chord here. What chord is this? That's C sharp minor. Okay, we're in C sharp minor. Which means you're G minor. G. That's not G. That's a treble clef. Let me write a bass clef here. Where's my clefs? Clefs, bass clef. But I'm pretty sure for cello it's like the ottava one. There you go. The one with the 8 above it for octava. Let's have you be mezzo piano. Mezzo piano. I think technically you should be right here. Just move this. No, that's fine. What are you called 2? Key of C sharp, you're a D minor. No, D sharp minor. That was almost terrible. Someone here, A sharp. Did I write A sharp here? I sure did. Man, turns out when I write chords, I write them correctly. Alright, there you go. The 7 is... Oh, that's just C. No, it's... B sharp. Is it B sharp? Am I lying about that? F sharp, D. Oh no, I wrote B here. I guess in natural minor. I was thinking harmonic minor. Yeah, natural minor, it's B before the C sharp. I was thinking C before the C sharp, but it's technically B sharp, I think. But in this case, it's actually just B. I'm so pedantic about this. Okay, whatever. B. That's not correct. B. No, you're D sharp. You need to be D natural. There you go. That's not the right note. What did I... Oh, it's because I also didn't raise this. I'm like, why does it sound so off? There you go. That makes more sense. And since you're flat 7, I imagine you're supposed to be B flat augmented, or beflogmented for short, which means you want B flat, still F sharp, I believe, but this time with a B flat, and also a D flat, not C sharp, D flat, and B flat. Or, wait, what? B flat, D flat, no, B flat, D natural. Goodness. There you go. Okay. I was wondering why that sounded a bit off. Also, that's a parallel octave. Let's see if I can change that. And then your E flat major, I think. E flat, not D sharp, and then your G natural. That's not correct. E flat. Hey, wait a second. Oh wait, is that correct? That doesn't sound correct. Might just be E major. I might be overthinking this. I think it might be E major. Yeah, it's E major, not E flat. Octave down. Try piano here. Maybe try just a little bit of both. So we have our windies here, but also the fun piano. Where's my dynamics here? And also, shut up. You're so loud. And also, I like the cellista more, because I'm biased. There you go. Yeah, actually, I think it sounds better with the cellista and the windies. I'm kind of curious what it sounds like with the piano accompaniments. Never mind, I no longer want to sound that. That's right, and I also write here a bassline counter melody because right now it's just half notes and then this whole notes. Especially here where the strings kind of slow down. What chord is this? This is a C minor chord, or C sharp minor chord. I think that's too big of a leap. And this chord here is a flat 5 augmented chord, which I don't think exists in any of the modes. The flat 5 is a Locrian chord, but the augmented one specifically is not. Which means you're a G natural. No, yeah, G natural augmented chord. So that's G, B, and D sharp. Which means I have so many notes at my disposal. I think that might be better. And if I just did that, yoink, get out of here text. And I know that's a low D, but that's fine. Let's try that. I actually prefer you guys being like this. Especially because you're doing a decrescendo. I think it'll be more natural. I don't think you guys are playing bass notes. Yeah, the brass isn't playing any of the bass. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. It's the strings that are kind of taken over here. I think E sounds better. Can you do a triplet in here instead? So kind of imitating the measure that came before, with that triplet rhythm. Good. I don't know why you're like this. Do this. There you go. I get rid of that now. Try again. Bit louder celesta parts, please. There you go. Better. Maybe you gotta be a bit louder. Louder. Maybe tremolo? And tremolo and the violas, because they're the violas and they can get second fiddle. Let me just hear what that sounds like. I can't even tell that they're playing tremolo. I mean, I can when I isolate them. Hold on. Oboe instead of English horn. A bit thinner sounding, I think. Yes, English horn is a bit more full. I want something thinner. Okay, that's better. Any more notes that I wrote for myself? What kind of princess is on this moon? I don't know. You're never gonna guess where I pulled that title. Oh yeah. I needed to fix this. Rewrite this entire part to be less terrible. Not that I dislike the chords. I really like these chords. I just... This is literally just a bunch of like random tuples just kind of strung together, and I think I gotta fix that. But I like these notes. It's very mysterious. Let me hear that again, once again in context. After the bass trombone solo. That's not quite the kind of cacophony I want. It's a bit too... It's not sharp enough. It's like a bit too muddy. It needs to be a bit sharper. I'm not really sure how else to describe that. It's too rumbly in the bass, and I of course I wanted it to start off rumbly, but like it's a bit too rumbly. It needs to become more up there, and it might have to do everything with the tom-toms. So I think I should change which tom-tom it's a rollin', maybe like halfway through. Instead of doing like a low tom-tom, can you go up to a higher tom-tom? There you go. That might help a little bit. And maybe also the snare drum can get a roll-in. There you go. Do a, what you called, forte. Pianote forte. Let's listen to all these rolling drums here. Awesome. The tom should be slightly less high. Better. And I also think that the Grinch, the timpani here needs to be a bit nicer. What chord exactly is playing here? E, D sharp, F double sharp, E, A. What in tarnation? Okay, if I just think of you as G, D sharp, G, E, A. There's a second there. There's a second there. Why are you F double sharp? Okay, not what I wanted. Can you please select the same pitch? No, you stupid computer. I said select all the notes that you. Select all the notes that have the same pitch. Thank you. Now just put them at G. So now there's like there's a second here and a second here. One of them minor, one of them major, but whatever, it's the same chord. I want something very spooky happening in the timpani. Like that. And can you move please to a very loud fortissimo here? All of you guys like this. Start at not forte. Start at like piano or something. There you go. I think the timpani here, I've got to have a different sound. you end on D instead, but high D. Maybe not fortissimo. I also don't start at piano because I cannot even hear you here. Maybe mezzo piano. And then same with the timpani for consistency. We're actually moving down to the lovely E flat here. E flat, thank you. So I have 3 timpani going on right now. I have the D, I have the D, G, and E flat. So I'm using those timpani. I mean, I could have as many as I want, really, but this is for funsies, or yeah, this is for funsies. I'm not getting commissioned by nobody. It is my own piece. There, like that. That's what I want. Good. Try this instead. And you know what? You earned it. Go back to fortissimo. Beautiful. Go back to the beginning here. Okay, this celesta is just too loud. Shut up. This vibrator, not vibrator, vibraphone needs to be louder. It's a little difficult to hear over, I don't know, everyone, given that it's a vibraphone versus the world, but I think it's fine. I really wanted those trombone parts to be in cellos, but the cello would not be loud enough. Unless I literally rewrote the whole thing, which is possible. Maybe I'll do that another time though, because I'm feeling sleepy. So that'll be the end of the stream for today. It's only been 2 hours. Usually I stream for longer, but whatever. Now I feel like sleeping, so I will sleep. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and join my Discord server. You can do that in the description if you want. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I actually return back to regular music streaming because I stopped doing that for a while. And I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.